They say this is a big rich town. I just come from the poet's part. Bright light, city life, I gotta make it, this is where it goes down. I just happen to come up hard. Legal or illegal, baby, I gotta make it.
I never took a straight path nowhere. Life's full of twists and turns, bumps and bruises. I live, I learn. I'm from that city full of yellow cabs and skyscrapers. It's hard to get a start in these parts without paper. Homie, I grew up in hell, a block away from heaven. That corner 15 minutes, it move a 7. Pure snow, bag it then watch it go. Occupational options, get some blow or some hoe. Shoot the ball of the strap, learn the rap or the jack. Good man, in the meantime, go ahead and pump a pack. This my Regal Royal flow, my James Bond bounce. That 007, that 62 on my count.
We are rolling, man. You know what it is, man. DJ Thorough, a.k.a. Thorozano, Bridge to the Streets. Right now, you're watching the hottest in the streets right here on thisis50.com. I got my brethren in the building, my family, my friend. Introduce yourself.
It's my boy, man. It's MK, man. Everybody else know me as Mike Knox, but I'm formerly MK now. So.
MK. Oh, formerly MK.
Yeah, I'm
now,
trying to change
why do we break that down?
Well, because Mike Knox, when you say Mike Knox, everybody think about the past.
I think about Fort Knox, like getting money, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but everybody just think about the wild.
The wild, that's right.
Trying to go a little different.
I associate you with getting money, man. That's what that's with a Knox, you know, Fort Knox.
You already know.
That's what I do, exactly.
Yeah.
So for people that don't know that may have been sleeping under a rock, where are you from?
I'm from Philly, North Philly.
North Philly.
Yeah.
All right. Is North Philly, is that Allegheny area? What's that?
That's North.
That's North Philly?
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, that's North Philly. North Philly start from you might as well say Highland Park all the way down.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? To Center City before you cross the other side.
Okay. Now I like to do stuff chronologically. All right. Let's get right into it. How did you meet up with the boss man, 50 Cent?
I met up with 50 through a friend of mine named Steve Brody.
Okay.
In Philly. You know, he used to be doing shows and stuff like that, so they had a relationship.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
He introduced you guys.
Yeah, he introduced me, but it really took off when I met Tony Yayo.
Yeah, shout out to Yayo, man. Good brother.
Yeah, Ye had came and did a show in Philly, and I'll never forget it, I had probably no exaggeration, probably 100 niggas with me.
I believe you, because I used to run around with Arab and Cass and all them.
Yeah.
They had 400 niggas with me.
Yeah, true. They got that from me.
Oh yeah, I believe you.
Yeah,
I think that's just a Philly thing. It's just
I was doing that. I was doing it before.
You was doing it. Hey, there it is. Claim it.
Yeah. But that's how we got cool. And
right.
We stayed in the same hotel. I think I had all these rooms on the same floor. And,
right.
And he wanted some weed.
Okay.
So it's
that's definitely
yeah. You know what I'm saying? And then we started locking in.
Right. All right. Now, for people that don't know, are you a part of G Unit? You're a G Unit affiliate? What's the science with that?
It started out as an affiliate and then became me being a part of it. You know what I'm saying? Because you look at it you don't just come into a situation like G Unit and just automatically just be.
It's true.
Because so much has happened.
Right.
So many people has done different things. So you got to work your way up and grind.
Right.
So I think I put myself in a position now where they know what it is.
Now, G Unit, you take G Unit, that's a hip hop legacy. They created a lot of history.
Right.
Multi-platinum records, Diamond, if you will.
Right.
50 Cent alone, world tours. You know, it's a household name all over the world. Are you under any pressure to carry that name?
Nah, because at the end of the day, you can't think about what they done. Okay. You got to think about what you're going to do now to keep it going.
Right.
And I think that's what people get lost at. They so focused on, he sold 13 million records and Banks did this records and Yayo did this amount. I think you got to focus on what you're doing.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because nobody's selling them type of records no more.
That's true. And another fact, everybody in the crew went gold to platinum. Like everybody.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's.
I mean, look, Yayo did it.
Yeah, Yayo did it.
Being on house arrest.
On house arrest, yeah.
So, you know what I mean?
So that's what I mean. Is there any pressure for you to live up to those expectations?
Nah, because I think the hardest expectation anybody would probably have from this crew is being a real one.
Okay.
And we all real ones. So when you real with yourself, these are my brothers. So it's this is easy.
Now, speaking of real, you might laugh at this because this is funny to me. You definitely a real one, because one day, you probably don't remember this, you called me one day, you was like, yo, Thorough, who's that nigga on your page talking trash about me?
Oh, yeah, I'll be playing
and
that
I'll say this to say that.
Yeah.
Say this, I'm sorry. How do you deal with internet trolls? Because it's not, to me, it's a losing battle. You can't fight everybody on the internet.
For me at first, right, I was looking at it different because I was gone for a
Right,
period
he
of
was
time.
going for a minute, right.
So I'm like, yo, screenshot him.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And then I put the homies on high alert. So if we ever anywhere,
Right.
y'all know the rest.
But I'm telling you, that's a fucking losing battle because you got
Yeah,
one person. You got.
I started to realize it. Like they switching pages, and you go on the page. There's a 0 and 2 followers. I said, oh, this somebody I know. They created these pages.
Yeah, fucking with you. So
Yeah. So.
Trust me, it's a lose. It's not worth.
Yes, I let it go. I definitely called Thorough.
Yeah,
I
he
definitely called
me.
him.
He's like,
Yo, who this
who the
nigga?
fuck is this nigga?
This nigga crazy.
Like, what?
Yeah, I definitely did that. That's a fact. Yeah.
Like, did you just come home?
Yeah.
Come on, bro.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
So, speaking of just coming home, what are we doing now to keep our nose clean? Because we don't want to see you back in there, man. What's going on with you?
Nah, man, at the end of the day, of course you don't want to go back in. That's not my thing. You know what I mean? I'm so focused on business and taking care of my family that I don't really have time. I'm really,
That's the alley for the positivity.
yeah, I'm never really around.
Right, okay.
Like, when you got a guy worth millions, a superstar, a
thank you.
CEO.
Oh, you talking about Fifth. I thought you said
Yeah,
my bad.
like a mogul. You got a mogul pulling up on your block for you. Like, come on.
Hold on, you being modest. You got a mogul pulling up on your block in a Lamborghini.
Yeah, I
a
mean,
Bentley.
yeah, you can't.
All types of shit.
Yeah, you can't.
I mean, that you can't.
If that don't
fuck
change your
up.
perspective on
Right.
things,
Yeah,
then
you
what
can't,
will?
You can't fuck that up.
Yeah,
And
nah.
kids see that, man. That's inspiration.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
no doubt.
You got a lot of kids looking up to you, whether you know it or not.
Yeah, and from that day, it's just been up.
Right. A lot of people don't want to hold this title, role model, well, but whether you want to be or not, a lot of people are looking at you, for guidance and a level of success that they may or may not ever reach. So,
But that's why, like in my music, like when people listen to my music, they hear me talk about I did this, I did that, but you also hear me say I went to jail.
right. See, there's a side.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like I always use the terminology of the Scarface movie. Everybody want to be him until the end.
Until the end. Right.
You know what I mean? So in my music, I always say, yo, I did this. Yeah, I was on this block. Yeah, I might have gotten a shootout here. I did this, but I went to jail.
Went to jail, right.
You know what I mean?
And we never hear that side of the story in hip hop. It's always I killed 40 people and got away scot clean.
Yeah,
Or I
but a lot of
robbed
these-
banks and got away. We never hear I went to jail for 20 years and somebody's fucking my wife now.
Yeah, but see, a
don't hear that.
lot of these guys, you gotta understand, a lot of these guys, like, I get offended when I hear different rappers talk about Fed time, they haven't done it.
Right.
If you ask them what the federal guidelines are, right? If you ask them what category they fall in, they can't tell you.
No, right.
So why are you speaking about these things, bringing it into your existence?
Right.
About 15-minute calls, 300 minutes.
Right.
A visit once every 2-3 weeks, and commissary is 400 a month.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, why are you speaking on these things if that's not what you're going through?
Right.
If you live in a different type of life, you're a county boy. You ain't no federal boy.
Right.
I'm a big boy, baby.
Hey, as you should be, man.
Nah, I'm just
I
playing.
get it, man. I ain't mad at you. I'm
Yeah.
definitely. So let's get to the music, man. You got a project out right now.
Yeah, called The Motivation too.
Okay, let's talk about it.
Well, I had dropped The Motivation first,
Okay.
which was an EP. It was like 6-7 songs in there. I think I was being a little bit modest.
Right.
People liked it, but it was just about, nobody got to really hear me,
Right.
right? So I said, you know what? I'm gonna come with 2. And they be like, nah, just do 6 more. Just do 6 more. I'm telling you, don't do no whole album. I'm like, I'm not trying to hear that. So I came with the full project, which was 14 records.
Okay.
Right? I got K. Michelle on there.
How did you get her on there?
Through a producer that I mess with named Jerry Wonder. My man Jerry Wonder, we real tight.
Jerry Wonder, Wyclef's brother.
Yeah, that's
I
my
know
man.
Jerry. Yeah.
So
Very talented.
yeah, we did a joint and it was crazy. Vidal from Duran Vidal that produced for Usher and all of them, they produced on there. Jordan Banks, who was an artist that I actually found and got put on with Meek Mills and all that stuff.
Okay.
So and the rest was just me just getting busy, just exercising.
Now, there's this thing now. Oh, it's a new sound. It's
Right.
different now.
Right.
Did you feel you had to change who you were musically to fit into what's going on right now?
What I will say is this, when I first came, everybody was like, yo, it's different out here.
Right. It's different.
But for me, and I always say this again, I'm looking at them while they telling me this, and I'm saying, well, if it's different, why are you doing the same shit you was doing before I left?
Right.
And that means anything. Like, so I feel like as an artist, like, you can, if you got it, you got it. Whatever the sound may be, you don't have to completely take that sound.
Right.
But you can show that you are updating your music. So whereas though it's like, okay, you got people telling me I sound like Pop Smoke. Rest in peace, Pop Smoke. I got a lot of love for him because we kicked it in Miami.
I don't see
People
that.
say, yo, he sound like Pop Smoke. And I'm
Maybe
like,
your voice when you talk a little
I'm
bit.
like,
now that you
how I sound like Pop Smoke when I was around before Pop Smoke?
Yeah, you got it mixed up.
Right?
They got it
But
backwards.
you have to, in this game, it's like you have to kind of like,
They definitely don't sound like Pop Smoke. They
right.
smoke. They smoke. What are they smoking?
Bro, I'm telling you, this is what they saying.
Yeah, I don't get that.
But my thing is like, I take it as a compliment too.
Right.
They told Shine he sound like Biggie,
He did.
right?
He definitely did.
He did, but
Definitely. Him
but
and
it was
Gorilla Black.
but it was working.
Right.
It didn't work for Gorilla Black. It worked for
He did
Shine.
work, yeah. You know why they were for Gorilla Black? He was from Compton. And
Yeah.
It just didn't go at that time. Like,
Yeah.
That's when there was a different sound. That's when West Coast had a sound.
They did.
East Coast had a sound. So he came out at a time when
Yeah.
he was on the East Coast sound, but he was from Compton.
But I think he was cool though. I
Yeah,
just
he
think it
no, he
just
cool.
was.
It just
didn't click.
Click
You know what I'm
because of where
saying?
you were from. Now you could be from anywhere right now.
It'd be from anywhere.
And it'll work because you got people from the Bronx sound like they're from
Right.
Atlanta.
Right. But I just feel like right now it's just wide open.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's open for anybody. The music game is at a space where you can pretty much do what you want. Just upload your music, just keep them virals coming, and just
Right.
be active.
Right. Now, what's the best advice 50 ever gave you
The best advice?
Yeah.
Well,
so far? I'm sure he's gonna give you more advice.
man, I learned so much from him, man.
Work out.
You see, that ain't, I don't, listen.
Well, when he see this, he's like, yeah, he gonna.
Nah, he
His
just,
ass is working out.
He'll FaceTime me and tell me, like, fat boy, what is you, but, you know, my weight thing is different from everybody. You know, I got shot, so I had a colostomy bag, so my weight fluctuates, goes up and down and stuff like that.
Right.
But I think the knowledge that I get from him is just being around him. You pick up so many things, even when he's not attempting or trying to teach you something.
Right.
Like, just to be in a room with him is enough for me.
Yeah, that's
You know
a
what I'm
blessing
saying?
in itself.
But he tells me all the time, you know, yo, if you're gonna do it, if you're gonna do the music, you can't just come with one record. Come with another one, another one, another one,
Consistency.
another one. Don't stop.
Right.
You know what I mean? And that's just that. Like, and I think with me, I go and grind it out.
Right.
I'm a go get it. I'm gonna make it happen.
Right. Now, I hold people from Philly, I hold people from Detroit and New York to a different standard when it comes to music, especially hip hop. More specifically, lyrics.
Right.
You are from the home of the spitters.
Right.
Right?
Right.
Do I need to name a few?
No,
I'll name
you
a few.
can name
Beanie
it.
Siegel, Cassidy, you, ARAB, Black Thought. I'll leave it right there. Like, those are fucking spitters. Now, who were you listening to growing up? Like, how did you even get into music?
Yo, I'm gonna tell you something. I used to listen to Big Daddy Kane, Rakim, Coogee Rap Polo, KRS-One.
But you are from the home of the spitters, so that's
Yeah.
why I hold people from Philly. I just do to a certain
You have
a
to,
different level.
but the thing about it with me, that's why I say this. I don't consider myself to be a spitter.
Right.
When you say those names, the Cassidys, the Beanie Siegels, and the Black Thoughts, I wouldn't dare put my name in there.
Okay, that's fair. Yeah,
You know what I mean?
that's fair.
And I'm gonna tell you why.
I respect that.
This is what I say. You hear somebody say, Mike Knox, he corny. But everybody that you like, I got a record with. And I ain't paid near a nigga. So what that tell you?
You respect it.
I'm just a street guy that know how to rap.
Well respected.
Like the Black Thoughts, I got records with them.
Yeah.
Beanie Siegel got everybody from State Property, I got a
Everybody
record
from
with.
State Property.
Anybody that's in my city that's somebody I got a record with.
Speaking of which, you just did a record with Freeway, correct?
Yeah.
Let's talk about that. I love Freeway, man. How did y'all? I mean, obviously I know how y'all linked up, but how did y'all link that record up? How did that happen?
Well, me and Freeway been knowing each other for a very long time. Freeway was another person that really supported me coming to G-Unit because a lot of people, if they don't know or remember Freeway, 50 co-executive produced the album for Freeway.
Right.
And at that time, Freeway was like, yo, keep pushing, bro. Like, keep pushing. They see you. They see what you're doing. And we always would do like little freestyle together. So I was like, yo, for my first album, I wanted to be on the album.
Right.
So like, Free is a spitter.
Oh, definitely is.
And Free will tell you, like, when he came to the studio, I had that waiting on him.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, go right there.
Right. Right.
But he could have like, no, let's do another joint. He was like, oh no, that's it.
Right.
Cause you know what I mean? I know how to pick beats and all that.
Dope. See, I'm a music guy, man. I always love to talk about the music and how people got into it because a lot of these artists, they act like they invented hip hop. Like
Right.
They pretend they're not inspired by nobody, and that's corny to me. Everybody was inspired by somebody dealing with music.
Yeah.
You didn't invent this shit.
No.
You understand what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
definitely.
So you got the idea to do this shit watching or listening to something. So with that being said, who are your all-time favorite top 5 artists in hip hop? No matter what genre, I mean, no matter what era.
Top 5.
Top 5. Who's your top 5?
My top 5, I would say is Rakim,
Can't be mad at that.
KRS-One,
Can't be mad at that.
Jadakiss,
Definitely can't be mad at that.
I got Biggie and Pop.
And Pop, I love it.
It's my top
That's
5.
your top 5, and you're sticking to it, right?
Yeah, I'm standing on that.
You're standing on it. All right.
standing
So
on
your project, how can they check it out?
It's on all platforms right now. The
Right.
music is on all platforms, Spotify, Tidal, everywhere.
Right.
It's everywhere you can get it.
Right. Give me a wild story that happened on tour, because I mean, you've been on tour with 50 Yayo Banks,
Man.
amongst you did your own
Yeah.
tours. Like, give me a wild, crazy. What's the craziest thing that happened to you on the road so far?
The craziest thing that happened to me on the
But in a
road
good
so
way.
far.
Any
There be a
crazy
lot
group-
of stuff
any crazy
going
groupie
on.
stories, man?
I don't got them, bro. They ain't give me no trouble. Listen, nah, but
You got
I
diplomatic
think for me,
immunity, man.
I'm gonna tell you what the craziest thing for me. The craziest thing for me was being on tour for a month and being on a jet for an entire month.
Literally.
Literally.
Right.
Like I'm talking about literally. I thought it was a like a mistake. Nah, I'm like calling like yo, cause listen. Originally, I'm like yo, okay, I'm going. So I'm like yo, I'm gonna just get my flights connected to each joint, and they call like, no, we sending you the itinerary. So they send me the itinerary. So I look, I'm like, what's this?
Right.
No, you get on the job. I said, oh, homie know about this? Cause don't be, you know what I mean?
Right.
And they like, nah, he said, I'm like, oh, all right. Now, mind you, that wasn't the big part.
Right.
I ain't never been on no jet.
Were you one of those that was scared to fly?
Hell yeah. So I gets to the Clearport and I'm like, man, they better have a big jet. Fuck. Listen, I can't do it.
You can't do
right?
it?
So now I'm looking, right? And the drink come, I'm like, oh, all right, this drink big. So
Right.
we go on the jet. Man, I put my hood in.
You know
Because they
what?
go right up.
There's this thing where there's a lot of street dudes, like this hardcore street dudes,
Yeah.
and they scared to fly.
Yeah.
And Rakim, to this day, he still doesn't
Yeah.
fly.
But it was,
Fat Joe,
yeah,
he just started.
He just
flying.
started, right?
He just started. He would never fly.
yeah. But it was a great experience,
Yeah,
though.
that makes sense.
And I'm going to tell you what happened. That conversation that me and 50 had on that jet, that first day, changed my life.
Right.
It changed my perspective on how I was going to go at this shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because we sat down, we talked, and you having a meeting on the jet. And I'm looking at it, I'm like, this shit is normal to him. You know what I'm saying? This is like, there's no nothing. This is like regular shit.
Right.
So for him to be saying what he was saying to me, and I'm like, oh yeah, I'm gonna turn this shit up now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. Well, you're in a privileged position, bro. Don't ever take it for granted.
Yeah, but I was down.
And make and move on it and make it happen. A lot of people, we take for granted. Some people are praying for the positions we complain about.
Yeah, true.
You know, a lot of people don't understand it.
True.
Somebody somebody is praying to sit where you're sitting right,
Right.
now, and vice versa.
Right.
You know
But
what I
are
mean?
we complaining or are we
Do we want more? Is that what
just?
you're saying?
I think like for instance, like we just so passionate about what we do
That too.
that
It's
we
a- it's
know
a
we
mixture.
can do more.
Right.
Right. But you
It's
just
a
going
fine
hard.
line.
It's a fine line between
line.
it.
It's definitely a
Yeah.
fine line.
It's a fine line between it.
So listen, before we get out of here, man, is there
Yeah.
anything else you want to cover or chop it up about that we didn't speak on?
Now I would say we spoke on just about everything. Me and Yale got some music coming.
Let's talk about that real quick.
We got some music coming. We've been, you know what I mean, we've been getting
Can we
busy.
get it, what's the name of this? Can we
I'll
get the
probably
name
let
of a
y'all. I'll
record?
probably let y'all hear it off. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay, it's undisclosed yet.
Cause he hit me on the bro. I hop on this. I'm like, all right.
So hold on, are you and Yayo doing the whole project, or you just got some music? What we
I'm
doing?
just saying we working.
Oh, you're working.
Yeah,
All right,
man.
I already know what that means.
Me, Yayo, Murder, we working.
Woo! What's that gonna be called? The
I know it's
three
gonna be-
shot. Let me see. I gotta think of a name for that.
I mean, cause you know why homie doing the movie stuff now. Like, you know, we got, you know what I mean?
right. So now, speaking of movies, are we gonna see you in any of these movies?
Hopefully I shoot somebody. I told him I don't even gotta say nothing. Just let me shoot. Let me jump on the hood of a car and shoot shit up. I'm gonna give you the best shooting scene ever since Heat. Give me something big.
Yo, what if he wants you to be a doctor, a gynecologist, or some shit?
That's down the line.
He said, "Nah, fuck that.
Nah,
I
let me
wanna
shoot a nigga
somebody."
first, right? Cause that's easy. If I come out of the doctor, I might fuck that up. Right? He might be like, never again, fire. Let me get
He
the
said,
shooting
nah,
part
let me
first.
shoot a nigga first.
Then come back
And
and
then
I'll
come back and
do.
be a doctor, right?
Yeah.
All right, he might want you to be a lawyer, but fuck that. You gotta
Yeah,
shoot
let
somebody
me shoot
first.
somebody
You
first.
gotta shoot somebody first, right?
Yeah, yo, listen, let me tell you something about Power though. When he did the Power, what was the guy name? Knox. The why he do that, man? The ASA boy's name was
Greg Knox. I should have named you.
no. I can't play them type of
You
roles.
can't play those type of roles.
Well, for the right money, I will.
Well, hey,
I'm in the game now. I'm thinking different.
You gotta think different, man. You know what I mean?
But yo, like one thing about you, I'm glad before this is over, I definitely would appreciate you because you be having a lot of Philly guys come up.
I fuck with Philly. That's like my
and
second
showing
home. If
them love,
anybody that
so-
don't know, I'm the first DJ to put Cassie on the mixtape. So I have a
Wow.
lot of love. I have a lot of love for Philly.
Cass my man,
yeah,
too,
I've been
man.
fucking with Cass since day one.
Oh,
When
yeah.
he was the boy B, because you know his
He was
name
the
Bad.
boy B
He was
on
the boy B.
103.9.
Yeah,
A lot of
that's how
people
far
don't
I go
know
back.
that.
Right. See, that's how far I go back with Cass.
Yeah.
This is before Deal, Swiss,
Yeah,
Rough Riders. I was
yeah.
fucking with Cass. So
Yeah.
I have a lot of love for Philly, man.
Yeah, Philly, we just in the space right now. I think everybody's just grinding it out
Right.
and doing what they got to do.
Right.
But
All right, man. Thanks for coming through.
for sure,
And
appreciate it.
Forget about those internet trolls, man. Trust me.
Nah, I ain't worried about
You're
them,
gonna lose heads fucking with those.
No, I actually need them. I need them.
You need 'em, right?
I need them. When you ain't got nothing, you ain't popping.
Right. All right. So if anybody want to follow you, get in contact
Yo,
with
you
you.
can follow me
how
on
can they do that?
Instagram.
Need you to shoot somebody in a movie,
Yeah,
of course.
please, only in a movie. Follow me on Instagram at Mike Knox Official. Follow me on Twitter, Mike Knox __. Facebook, same thing.
All right. So that's
You know
what
the
it is,
vibes.
man. DJ Thorough, Mike Knox. Shout out to my boy Jay Bettis. You already know what it is.
You know the vibes.
50.com. We out. And like always, when you see us, one knee us. Let me pay respects. Yeah.
King shit.
We could just do one ask the Philly, like, can you rank what's your ranking in Philly, like the top artists of Philly?
Oh, okay. I was gonna say that, but
And then
Nah, you can
what's
do
one
it.
thing that you love about the music business, and what's one thing you hate about this music business?
okay.
Okay.
And dude, this is
Oh, yeah, this is 50, right?
when this is the song. If you rap,
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, I was thinking of it. Yeah.
So, what are like one thing you hate about the music business, and one thing you love about the music business? Not one thing, but what are things you hate, and what are things you love about the music business?
One of the things I hate about the music business is when artists from the city get on
I think you know where you're going, and they don't reach back,
and
assist or help.
they don't reach back. Not saying that they owe anybody anything,
Right.
but they get different. They don't be themselves.
Right. I agree with that because that's how the laws of evolution is supposed to work. You're supposed to help up and comers to continue the legacy
Right.
of whatever you have got going on.
Now, anybody at Junior Records will tell you everybody will tell you how many rappers I done brought from Philly here.
Right. I'm sure a lot.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm sure
There's a lot of people that don't reach back, and at the end of the day, I'm gonna change that shit.
Right.
You know what I mean? I'm gonna change that.
Right.
Like it's time for Philly to be in a position, no matter who's hot, who's hotter than who.
Right.
If he got it, we're gonna make it happen.
And that's not just restricted to Philly. That happens a lot of places. A lot of people, they don't want to see the next person they help get bigger than them. And the laws of evolution, you're supposed to be, like if I help you do something, I want you to be bigger than I ever could be because that's just what it is.
But the thing about it with, not to make it long, but the thing about it with Atlanta, like for instance, I love Atlanta.
Right.
And you know what they do in Atlanta? If two rappers are beefing, right? But they all cool with all the other rappers. So it's okay for you to show up to his video shoot.
Right.
It's okay for you to do a record with him. Whatever they got going on is what they got going on.
Right.
But everybody's still getting money.
Right. Well, I mean, unfortunately, that's the situation. But
Yeah.
you got to break that cycle.
Yeah.
Now, what are some of the things you like about the music industry?
I like the adrenaline rush, man.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I like that I'm able to take my dogs different places and they see more than just a block. Like I got some serious people around me. You know what I'm saying? That's what they do. That's what they know.
Right.
You know what I mean? But they good people, you know what I'm saying?
I got you.
So when they see different things, it's like,
Opens their mind up.
yeah, we on this now. You know what I'm saying? Or it's the same thing as having a shooter with you.
Right.
Dog, you ain't gotta do nothing tonight. We chilling. We ain't here for that.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I think I like to see everybody else enjoy it.
Right. Okay. Now, I can't let you off the hook with this one. You're from Philly.
Yeah.
Right? A lot of dope artists have come out of Philly. A lot of historical artists. A lot of legendary artists have come out of Philly. Who are your top Philly artists?
I don't like none of them. To say no. Nah. Top always top to the top.
Tier, the top tier. Who are your top guys that came out of Philly, that put on for Philly?
Number one will always be Beanie Siegel,
Okay.
hands down.
Beanie Siegel. Siegel, the Broad Street Bully. Okay.
You can't take that away from him. Beanie Siegel. Now or always?
Doesn't matter.
Just period. Like I said, Beanie Siegel. Number 1. Number 2, Beanie Siegel.
Oh shit. Okay.
Number 3, Beanie Siegel.
Beanie Siegel. All right. So it's Beanie Siegel.
Beanie Siegel.
Now I hear a lot of people. Surprisingly, a lot of people say Will Smith. I hear Will Smith a lot because they say he put a lot of attention on that city.
Mm-hmm.
Do you agree with that?
I mean, he's went to the acting
Right.
thing, so it's different.
It's different.
You
Right.
know what I'm saying? Like that's Will Smith.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's different, but Beanie Siegel.
Beanie Siegel. Okay. What about Bill Cosby? He's from Philly too.
You know what's up with Bill, man. Claire ain't even fucking with him. Claire don't even mess with him no more, man. Claire left him, man. It's over.
Man.
It's over.
It's over for Bill.
Man.
That's not good.
Oh, Beanie Siegel,
Okay, Beanie Siegel. All right, so
Patti LaBelle.
Patti LaBelle.
There
okay.
we go. All right, there we go.
Patti LaBelle. Okay, we got Patti. Okay.
Nah, I like Lil Uzi.
Lil Uzi. Okay.
I like the new, like
New?
Lil
Who do you
Uzi.
like new? Who do you like? Give me some new guys that you fuck with.
Leaf Ward, hands down.
Okay.
Leaf Ward, Rocky,
Okay.
Quilly.
Quilly.
Who else? I said Lil Uzi,
Yeah,
right?
you say Lil Uzi. That's good.
And they better stop playing with Lil Uzi. They keep thinking Lil Uzi and them some gangsters, man.
Right.
They from North Philly. They
From
keep
North
playing.
Philly. I already
They
know.
keep
People-
thinking Lil Uzi.
Right,
Them
they
boys will
think because of the way
get
he
busy.
look, he get busy.
Listen, Lil Uzi a gangster.
I know what's going.
Yeah,
Listen,
they
I
gonna
told
get
you,
busy.
Philly is damn near my second home, brother. I've
Yeah.
been rocking with Philly artists since day one.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's how I know about Allegheny and all that.
Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, you know what's up there.
I know what's going on out there.
I think that's it. But Rocky, with the female rapper Rocky, she
All right.
got it right
She
now.
got it?
She getting busy.
All right, man. So that's what it is, man. We'll leave it at that. Beanie
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Siegel.
Beanie
You
Siegel.
ain't Beanie Siegel. You need to do a project called Beanie Siegel.
No. Beanie Siegel and Patti LaBelle.
Beanie Siegel and Patti
They
LaBelle.
number 1 and 2.
All right, so let's do it, man. So we out of here, man. You know what it is.